What's up, everybody, and welcome back. Today we're going to do a song called I Got a Song by my boy James Wilson, and it's in the key of D. I'm going to go ahead and play it all the way through, and then we'll do a breakdown at the end. Here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Verse. Pre-chorus. Chorus. Verse. Pre-chorus. Chorus. Chorus. Bridge. 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 Chorus. Chorus. Outro.
We got the drums from here. That's about it, folks. So that's I Got a Song by James Wilson. And it's a super fun song. It's a great opener. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first sound I have is a layer with a piano and a dulcimer. I guess if I were to just show you one sound by itself, it's like a dulcimer sound. I don't know if that's exactly what they have. It might be even like a sitar or some kind of like stringed instrument layered over the top doing that melody. And then I just have a piano underneath. So I kind of layer those together at the beginning. And of course, if you have an aux keys player, you may not have to do this sound. You could maybe just layer regular keyboard piano sound underneath, and your aux keys player could do the dulcimer part. You know, so you could be playing the piano, and the aux keys could be doing the dulcimer sound. But I just layer them together because I'm doing this kind of like all-in-one approach. The melody at the beginning, the first thing that we're going to do here is this melody. So it's based on the pentatonic scale, which is a 5-note scale. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 in the key of D, D, E, F sharp, A, B. So it starts out A, B, D, A, B, D, A, B, D, E, D, B, D, A, B, D, B, A, F sharp, E, D, B, A, D. So it's basically just working around the pentatonic scale. One more time. And then it comes in with the chords underneath. So it starts on a B minor chord. In my left hand, I'm just doing the 1, 5, and 1, or the octave of each chord. So B, F sharp, B. And the next chord is G, G, D, G, or 1, 5, 1. D, A, D for the D chord, 1, 5, 1. And then A, E, A for the A chord, 1, 5, 1. So 6, 4, 1, 5. And then you're still doing the right hand melody. One more time. Then we're into the verse. So the verse starts on a D chord, suspended. Back to the D. Oh, what a foretaste. It's a B minor. G of glory, D. A suspended, resolve. Heir of salvation. B minor 7. To a G, add 2. D. Born of his spirit. G, add 2. A suspended, washed in his blood. And then we have this little pre-chorus. So that's 1/3, 4, 5, 6, and a quick 5/7 D back to the 1/3. So in chord names, it's D over F sharp, G, A, B minor 7, A over C sharp, D, and then do it again. But the syncopation is 1/3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 3, 4, and then we're gonna build on the 5 chord. Suspended, resolve. So A suspended, then it resolves, and then the chorus progression is pretty simple. It's just B minor, G, D, A, or 6 with a minor 7, 4, add 2, 1, and then a 5. I got a song and I'm singing out, praises pouring out, praises pouring out. This is a very, very common progression. 6, 4, 1, 5, or any variation of that. 4, 1, 5, 6, 5, 6, 4, 1. You know, any kind of variation of that is a super common progression. So I'd recommend learning this in pretty much every inversion and just be able to recognize this sound. It's in like 1,000 songs, right? The same chord progression. So get used to playing this in many different versions. and kind of being able to then play off of that. So I'm kind of incorporating the melody a little bit. I got a song in the singing line. And in my left hand, I'm usually doing something like this, of course. Da 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 da. 151, 151. Freedom now. And then sometimes you can go up a little bit higher. 1, 5, and then a third of the chord. So like on that B minor. And then G is G, D, B. You go D, A, F sharp. A, E, A, or A, E, C sharp, depending on what your right hand's doing. So if I'm like, especially on this D, I have tons of room because I'm really low, and I'm not going to be playing much down here with my right hand. So, but then when I'm running closer together with my right hand, I'm going to do either 151. I might even go 157, like on this B minor chord. You can do the 7, which is the A, and then the G. You could do the G major 7. So you have different options for that. And then, to me, going into the next section is the hardest part of the song, which is the interlude after that first chorus. So you go back to this sound. So you basically layer in that other sound, the dulcimer. So the chords are basically 1, 3, 6, 4, or D, F sharp minor 7, B minor 7, G. But it's at the same time you're doing so if we slow that down a little bit, the first one actually is just a single hit. Again. And then we're back into the second verse, which is pretty much the same. Blessed assurance, D suspended. And then sometimes I'm just giving it a little bit of extra on this one chord because we're on it for quite a while and there's nothing else happening. We're just doing these kind of passing chords, like an A, D, back to a G, to a D. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine, heir of salvation, purchase of God. So that little run there, born of His Spirit, oh, it's just kind of walking up the D scale. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, D, washing His, back to the same thing. Something with a melody like that on the second time around to offset it from the first chorus, because the first chorus is pretty much I got us. It's like a down chorus. You have brought me out. I also hear on some choruses they're doing something. The piano's doing something like I gotta. So they're doing some kind of arpeggio like that, kind of outlining the melody a little bit. Or you could maybe do a whole chord arpeggio, like something like this. Or you could do make it more complicated if you want to. kind of variation of that. That's what I'm saying with that progression. You want to be very familiar with it to do it in different ways, because it's a very, very common progression. So then we're going to go into the bridge, where basically you have that melody again before the bridge.
Bridge.
And then you have guitar starting it out. It's kind of like a vamp on the one. And then they're spicing it up. Kind of like suspended or forward to the one. And then we're doing the 1, 3, 6, 4, D, F sharp minor, B minor, G,
Bridge.
D over F, D over A, sharp 5, 6, 4, build on the 4,
Chorus.
So that one right there, basically is you're doing double hits on most of these chords. 3, so our 3 is our F sharp minor, B minor is our 6, 4 or G, D, 1. And the only variation from it is like the third time, basically the third bridge, we're doing a 1 over 5, sharp 5, diminished 7, to a 6, minor, 4, and then you're back to the original 3, and then we're going to go to the 4 instead of the 6, and then cut on the 5. And on the 5 chord, I'm kind of just cutting and then letting the piano slide down. You don't want to overuse this, but it's kind of a good way to enhance the cut if you want to do a little bit more than just cut. Right? You got to be quick, and you don't want it to like completely. You don't want to like be too loud or too slow with it, but something like that is kind of a good little effect. So if you want to do that in letters, that would be D over A sharp diminished 7, B minor 7, G, back to the D, F sharp minor, G, A. And then I got a song and I'm singing loud. Back to the same thing. Basically the same thing from there, and then you could do the little piano riff again. That's a workout, the pentatonic run. A lot of times I have to practice that a few times or my hands will be rusty. You kind of have to play it a few times. You got to really be comfortable with that before you play in a church setting, because if you don't practice it ahead of time, it's one of those things you're not just going to be able to like pull off in a couple seconds of learning it. You gotta have to spend a little bit of time with it if you haven't played a lot of those fast runs before. So that is, just a little tip to kind of warm up before you play something that fast, because it's sort of like trying to run a race, a sprint without stretching or something like that. So super fun song though. Go give it a listen if you haven't heard it. And if you have, well, this is probably why you're here, to learn it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you enjoyed this video, maybe you would want to check out this video right here and then subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, that's like right down here. So go ahead and subscribe. And here's another video you might want to watch. I did an interview series recently, so you might want to watch this. See y'all. See you in the next one.